Alright, the grease gun looks like the sort of red flaggish metal shop project that cigarette kid with the dead mom made in high school. It was part of a real-life funny prank on the US military by the federal government where they replaced all the Tommy guns with crude facsimiles made from stuff they found at Home Depot.
What?
The grease gun's intended to only be used by scavs, and in ABI it is so inaccurate that there's really no reason to put anything more than a cheap red dot on it. All zooming in does is show you how wide the shots go after the first 30 feet. .45 ammo is like 5.56 ammo, except more expensive, lower damage, lower armor pen, higher recoil, lower muzzle velocity, and it can only be loaded into a play school's My First Degree Murder playset like the grease gun. Oh, shit! Damn. There's just no better way to signal to your team and your enemies that you're an unhinged individual capable of anything than by playing this firearms equivalent of a Goomba.
Yeah, but I saw blood. Just once, maybe.
You go back inside?
Yeah, he went back inside. There's two of them.
Got one.
Yeah, you killed him.
So the ump is like Reese's Puffs. It's classic, timeless, brings you back to your childhood. Reese's. And it's fucking terrible if you're an adult. Coming from Tarkov, I was really excited to see that the ump was considered a scav gun in ABI, but that was before I realized that all the bullets had been replaced by high-velocity acorns that deal 0 damage. Now you can mod this gun a lot for a scav gun, but trying to mod it to the point of genuine usability is like trying to mod a Toyota Yaris into being a tow truck using an aftermarket turbo. Just ain't happening, Chief. Honestly, this gun is fine if you've played less than 10 games, but after that, it's really time to move on. You're just dragging yourself down. The ump shoots bad bullets slowly and struggles to pierce anything tougher than painted cardboard, but on the bright side, it does bring back fond childhood memories of dragging down my team in Counter-Strike by choosing the ump then, too. This World War II submachine gun used by the red team shoots pistol rounds slowly. It sucks, but it's cheap. I'm pushing.
Let's go, push. Push.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this guy. He's there on the corner. He's here, he's wounded. Got him. For an authentic Axis Power experience, try the MP40, take some amphetamines for a couple years, and then lose. 7.62 by 25 rounds do as much damage as a strongly worded letter. I can't recommend not using this gun type enough. Literally every single gun that fires this caliber is trash because every single bullet in this caliber is trash. I forbid you to use this, okay? Like, unironically, from the 6 games I played using this caliber, this clip is my favorite. What? What? The M96 is the least expensive and least effective way to use your 5.56 ammo. This thing sucks, no two ways about it. But Emo used it. Yeah, Emo used it for content, because content creation stunting is literally the only reason to play the M96. Oh, got one. Like, this clip happened because they dived down in front of me. It's a 3-round burst fire only rifle with high recoil, almost no modification options, plus it's just got this massive iron sight you can't remove. Fantastic. The 3-round burst always ensures you're going to have half the damage output of an M4 up close, but you'll also always miss 2/3 of your shots at long range. It's half the price of a box of orange juice, and when you put a scav's M16 mag in it, its value literally quintuples. The M96 is exactly like locking Pichu in Melee, an unmistakable sign of disrespect for your enemy.
Fucking Christ.
Uh-oh. Okay, so let's just address the elephant in the room. The scav guns are literally too cheap for the matchmaking system. Right now, value-based matchmaking tends to pair Timmy Kit players with other Timmies or bots for the most part. Occasionally you'll see a thermal player in normals, but you probably have a geared up teammate if that happens. While players new to the genre do stand to benefit from taking it slow and learning in less punishing lobbies, there's a really strong argument to be made that a mercilessly hostile environment is the point of this genre. I don't really think it benefits new players to give them a soft padded room full of bots that don't behave like people to practice in. You're not learning anything here, you're just reinforcing your bad habits like using the grease gun. If there's any developer intention behind the bot lobbies at low levels, it must be to make money runs as safe as possible, which, great, but also lame. On the sweaty end of the obism spectrum, people who have been playing for a while and actually use good gear either want closer matchmaking so they can play with other geared up players instead of fighting quick kits in lockdown, or they want something closer to the current system where their mid to high level gear actually provides an advantage in low level lobbies. No matter which way More Fun decides to balance this in the end, somebody's going to get disappointed. In Tarkov, which we will continue to draw comparisons to because matchmaking is completely indifferent to player skill or equipment, instead just grouping players based on server and when they hit go. This puts new players in the awkward but rewarding position of being forced to struggle against the grain of experienced players and scavs to and just kill streamers until they get it, or more likely they quit the wipe and try again next time. This isn't ideal, obviously, but it also enables players to bring whatever they want and still play the full-fat version of the game, rather than some tuned-down, baby-gated airsoft match. You'll probably get your dick twisted all the way off if you want to hunt Chadwick with a Makarov, but crucially, you can still try. Plus, if you manage to win that fight, you know that guy's clocking out for the day in just the worst mood. But in ABI, if I decide to bring the grease gun, I pretty much have to convince a whole team of Chads to play with me, or I end up in a lobby full of bots. It's as though by choosing to play at a disadvantage, you're instead relegated to the kids' table. Sorry dipshit, real PvP is for people taking this seriously. Take your Metal Shop project and go play airsoft with these bot PMCs tuned to be weaker than scavs. The result is just awkward and unsatisfying, and as long as using cheap kits gets you put in daycare with a bunch of bots, this just ain't it, man. So the hard truth is using the cheapest guns in the game barely counts as the real game unless you jump through a bunch of hoops, which kind of ruins the challenge of the whole experience. So until they change how kit values affect matchmaking, you're gonna need an actual budget weapon if you want to play for real. Solo recently put out an hour-long video about a variety of different budget kits, but then I saw the first one was a fucking SVDS, and I was like, what the fuck? So let me show you my favorite budget weapon. To the new, the broke, and the cheap, I present to you my favorite budget gun. To me, the AK Loud is an icon. It is real as hell, dude. If you want a budget gun that does well in any game mode while risking next to nothing, this is the go-to. What? Stats-wise, 5.45 is only a little worse than 5.56, but costs significantly less per round, and AKs can be modded into a semi-competitive state for really cheap. BP will one-tap anyone wearing the official Timmy hat, BS will do the same to almost any real guy helmet, and the whole gun build is less than 90k. The main issue with AKs, and this is no exception, is the high recoil at range, which we offset by using tap fire, which works stupid well on the Loud. The recoil is just such that tap firing at your target's torso either tends to kill them in 2 to 3 shots to the chest, or the recoil from the first shot bounces the second shot right into their mouth for some reason. This thing rewards a lot of my bad habits, and I love it. The Loud has all the tools for sneaky one-taps and intimidating close-quarters combat. It's got a ton of attitude, and it's expendable. It's so cheap that I'll regularly just pocket the mag and ditch it for a dead enemy PMC gun just to max out my profits. Stop sleeping on the AK Loud, try it out, and get rich. What a fucking clusterfuck, boys! We got him! Let's go! We did it! We're the best! Let's see if I die. Oh, that was a ranked loss. No.